Hey guys, welcome back to Canadian Hero VR. Thanks for joining in. Today we are actually playing a VR game. This one is called Subnautica. This is one I was talking about in my last game while I was in Edmonton. So, funny thing is, I actually had started another game last night that I had made for a video. But when I went back and checked on it afterwards, I had noticed a lot of irritating stuff about it. So I said, screw it, and redid it. Yeah, so I started this game last night, but I had noticed a lot of issues. So we restarted, which is fine. Kind of sucks a little bit, but whatever. So there are 4 options when you play this game. There is survival, freedom, there is hardcore, and then there is creative. I usually play on survival, but to try and not die nearly as much as I do when I play this on survival, we're going to do it on freedom. Because it still has a little bit of a challenge. I have oxygen, I have health that I have to worry about, but I don't have to worry about hunger or thirst, which at the very beginning is a very big pain in the ass. So now that we are in the game, we have to fix up our life pod. There's not a whole lot of story yet to this game. There's a little bit, but I'm guessing because it's still in early access and the game isn't released yet, there probably isn't any. There's not too much story. Don't be deterred by the fact that there's not a whole bunch of story. Okay? So in this game here, we have to fix up the ship right at the very beginning, because this is kind of where our starting base is. So 2 things I like to build right off the bat. I like to build a scanner, and I like to build equipment. Specifically, I like to build the 2nd and 3rd tank. Not always right away a 4th tank, but definitely some tanks. Now, the best part about this game is that these guys here, they will always, how do I bring that up? They will always take up 4, no matter how big they are. They'll always take up 4 spots in your inventory. Okay, we need quartz. Oh, there it is. Alright, so the quartz are great because they build glass. See how we have the sea glide fragment here, okay? When you're new to the game, you don't know what the hell to do. When I first started playing this game, I didn't know what I was doing. I guessed along the way. Nobody told me anything. Once we get a little bit further here, I'll show you what you do with the fragments. I need to get some copper though. See, a lot of this stuff can be picked up. I believe I have enough to make myself at least 1 tank, which will... So, you see how on the side there, my oxygen went up to 105. These oxygen tanks, they don't have a whole lot of air inside of them, okay? But, moving along, later on, once we get bigger sections and stuff, we will be able to make bigger oxygen, which is everything we need. Alright, so these mofos here, they're not dangerous per se. They won't like attack you and swim after you and stuff. But if you get too close like this, they send out spores. Those spores themselves are harmless if you're away from them. They won't float to you or fly towards you or anything like that. But those spores will, however, hurt you, kind of like a gas. Alright, these things here, they are called purple coral brains or whatever. So if you stand over them, like so, you don't need to run back up to the surface to get air right away, because they supply the air. Now, at spots like this, that's like really shallow, where it only takes a couple seconds to get up to the surface, it's not a big deal. But when they're in their deeper biomes and stuff like that, where it takes a few minutes to get all the way up, hell yeah, is it worth it. Ooh, nice copper. I've been damn near out of breath before, while playing the game. Back before I played it in VR, back before I had my VR, I've been damn near out of breath, and there would be no way, absolutely no way I could make it back up to the top before I would have ran out. So luckily, I had this. I had those brains to give me air again, which is awesome, especially when you're 800 meters deep. Okay, not quite that far. Off the bat anyways.
Quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core.
Okay.
The central dark matter reactor will reach a supercritical state in T minus 10.
This is really cool explosion.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, damn, isn't that beautiful, guys? Alright, so, ooh, the clouds turn with my head. That's cool. Anyway, so, the story of what happened and how we got here, if I can remember the video before. So, something happens on the Earth, I believe, I'm not 100% sure. But something happens and we start expanding and trying to see what other kind of planets we can live on. Now, something made this planet viable. I'm not sure what it is, what it was, but it made it viable. Now, you can't see it here, but standing, I don't have a helmet on, so oxygen is breathable, or the air is breathable, I guess. So yeah, something happened as we found this planet, and we were coming to check it out. It was like a 5-year mission or some shit like that. We're coming to check it out, and in that process, once we actually got here and we're coming in for a landing, I guess, something took us down. That's if I'm remembering the opening scene correctly from the non-VR version. The VR version, we show up in the pod. The non-VR, there's a fire extinguisher that was here. We had to sit in here, then we had to just wait. There's a fire extinguisher, we had to put out all the fire, all that good stuff. But now we don't. So whatever. So that's the story of it. Well, look at that. I got that scanner. Just the the thing I told you that I try and get first and foremost. I need crash fish powder and magnesium. So scanning is the most important thing on this planet, because look at that. I can now make a sea glide. For those of you who don't know what sea glides do, they make it so you can travel a hell of a lot faster. Yeah, so sea glides definitely make the hunting and stuff a lot better when we're not near anywhere. Salty, 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 where are you, salty? I find the quartz like crazy, but I need the salty, because I need to make repair tools so I can start making shit. And once I start making stuff, I'm going to start making some other cool stuff. Haha, there we go. Alright, so now it's time to head back to base camp. Here in this red little bucket, we get a nice little starter to put a bunch of stuff into. We're going to have to go and find another sea glide thing, majigger. But that's okay, guys, because we're not dead yet, because we're only on freedom or whatever it is, where, we still have to worry about our life, but not as crazy. So I need to go find a crash fish. Crash fish like to hide in caves. They are one of the most annoying things I have ever come across, because it's not traditional. The first time it happened to me, I was scared shitless. You can scan in wildlife and stuff, and it definitely helps to do that, because then you can determine like what certain things weaknesses are, what certain things diet is. So if it's meat, you'll know that right away. Quartz are very important. Those fuckers I hate as well. Sand sharks is what those guys are called. They're annoying bastards. So guys, this is what I was talking about before. I want to show you. You don't have to always rely on down to the surface. I'm going to be attacked by a sand shark soon, I think. So, that's the sea moth. Good. We'll get that thing sorted out of the way early. And that's a good thing to do. Those things will attack you. Sand sharks will attack you. There's these like little bloodthirsty bastards that will attack you as well. There's a lot of crap out there that will attack you. These things are docile. They will not attack. No matter what you do, if you try to hit it, if you try to cut it, it doesn't attack. Sand sharks can attack it without being hurt. Bunch of stuff like that. I think that is something I can scan right there, guys. Oh yeah, a battery charger. So here's the last part to our sea moth that we need. Now we can build a sea moth. I still haven't found crashfish. Right, I need to repair that thing. Fuck. See how bad I get off on a tangent there? I'm like, yeah, I need to go find crashfish, and then 20 minutes later, I still haven't found crashfish, and I still need it to repair. I need to find a cave, because crashfish, like I said before, love to live in caves of some sort. Oh yeah, see, there's a crashfish. Cool. So you see those little pods right there? Those are what we like to call crashfish. And they will fly out and go and attack wherever they need to, because they fly for you. They are awesome. Just kidding. And of course there's a creature egg in there. Of course it wants me to scan it, so I'm going to scan it. Okay, so I found the crashfish. The issue is, instead of leaving goddamn mother... Oh, wait, crash powder. Woohoo! I found one. Alright, cool. So now we can go build that. Alright, so now we're going to go over here. I think all we need to do now is go to equipment. Yay, we can make the repair tool. So, basically, there isn't a whole lot we need the repair tool for at the beginning of the game. That is something we will definitely need once we get our own place. Because you do not understand how many times when building I have forgotten that you need to... Alright, so we need to go find a sea glide. So we need the second sea glide fragment. I guess I just died, guys. So one of the awesome things about this game too is that when you die, you don't lose everything. Okay? You only lose whatever you picked up new. So what that means is whenever you leave either your base or the pod or one of your ships, the Seamoth or the Cyclops, or there's a new one that they launched that I have no idea what it's called right now, because it has actually been quite a while since I've last played. There was 2 major updates in the game since the last time I've played. It's kind of why I want to get back into it, because they released this like new cave system that I really wanted to check out. Alright, so our second glide fragment, guys. So one of my buddies that kind of got me into this, one of my coworkers, he released a video the other day talking about how he kind of felt like a dick because he gave me some advice that I'm actually taking to heart. So I really do thank him for that, because they were my first couple of videos and I just kind of randomly did random shit. So having that, even that just little tiny bit of information definitely helped out quite a bit. So I would like to thank him. His channel is Second Chance. So if you guys have some time, check it out. I can now build a sea glider. Alright, so this guy here, this sea glider, it is awesome, because as you can see just off the bat, we are traveling a lot faster. I will tell you the truth, I am not a big fan of the sea glider in VR, because I can't see shit. All these stutters. But I move a lot faster, as you can see. Like, I'm already over here to these guys. Oh, that might have been what that was last time, guys. I'm too damn close to the Aurora. That's what happened last time. That's why I died. I might die here again. Well, if I die, guys, oh, I'm dead. Yep. That sucks. Alright, well, I did die, and it was because I was too close to the Aurora, because the Aurora, in fact, does give off radiation. Oh, and that little thing you guys just see me grab, or get, so, you'll get signals throughout everywhere, essentially, that can give you radio signals. What those radio signals will do is they'll send you to an area inside of the world that you normally might not have found, because it might be some kind of like second or other drop pod, because I can guarantee you we're not the only drop pod that fell. Now I will need a radiation suit next. So what do we need for that? Fiber mesh. What do we need to make fiber mesh? We're also going to quickly go check out. Oh, okay. So we got a couple of PDAs from other people that escaped, but it doesn't look like we got any from people that escaped that are still alive. So there has been a small question that I've always asked myself, and once we get to a certain point, if I remember, I'll talk about it a little bit more. Now, there is something that we have to do here soon. Now that I've got... Alright guys, we got the radiation suit now. So the nice thing about the radiation suit is that now when I go in here and we get rid of some stuff, we're good. Now we can swim anywhere we want without repercussions. So the last thing we need to build, and I'm not going to build this until later because I need a computer chip, but we're going to build a habitat builder. So if you guys watch this before I make the next video, leave a comment on whether or not you want me to build a base that's deep underground or like near the surface, or if I should just build a starter one near the surface, or just do it all at a much lower area. They're definitely harder to build because I need a different helmet so I can have energy. But yeah, so thanks guys for checking out my channel again. I know there's not many of you seeing it, but I do thank you a lot for coming out. I very much appreciate you taking the time to view my video. So thank you for that. Peace out.